Hello everybody, this is the first official video brought to you by the Burkinator, Mr. Burke at Eisenhower High School, where we're going to be going over some of the questions that I've touched on with some of my students in my intervention class, but this is for the benefit of not only them to see it again, but also for the benefit of other students who have Miss Vinson that my students also attend. So we're taking a look at questions 11 through 14. And we're going to look at a fresh diagram every time we do this. So my students had to draw their own diagram every time we did this, but for the purpose here, I'm going to use a different picture each time. So we're taking a look at the diagram here in question 11, where it talks about NK and PK are opposite rays, and the measurement of angle PKL is a right angle. That would be the angle here. So they tell us here in this picture that the measure of angle LKP is 4x plus 26, and therefore we have to find x. So let's identify what angle LKP is. So we go to L to K to P. That's this angle right here. And since we know it's equal to 4x plus 26, we also know that it's a right angle. So that allows us to make the following equation to write this as 4x plus 26 is equal to 90. Since it's asking us to find x, we're going to go ahead and establish this relationship, and we're going to go ahead and solve for x now. So now I'm going to subtract 26 from both sides. And let me go and put my line here like Miss Vincent has you guys do. And I can write this now as 4x. This will reduce. And then 90 minus 26, that's going to equal 64. At this point, if I take both sides and I divide both sides by 4, I'm going to get x is equal to 16. And since the question is asking for the value of x, 16 is going to be my answer. So I want to see here that x is equal to 16. Now, that's going to be the first question answered. For the second one here, I guess we could probably rely on the same diagram as these two aren't going to conflict. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's being asked here. If the measure of angle LKM is 4y plus 10, and the measure of angle NKM is equal to 6y plus 20, find y. So if we're dealing with these lines here, the line PN, this is a line that whose angle across the whole thing is going to be 180 degrees. So if this is 90 from PKL, then LKN, that's also going to be 90 degrees here. So it says the measure of angle LKM is equal to 4x plus 10. So LKM, that's going to be 4x plus 10 degrees. And the measure of angle NKM is equal to 6y plus 20. Sorry, should not be an x here, this should be a y. Okay, and that says that the measure of this angle is 6y plus 20. Well, if I know that these two angles should add to 90, that makes the sum of these two angles equal to 90 degrees, which makes them complementary angles. So in order to find the value of y, I'm going to take this angle plus this angle and add it together and get it equal to 90 degrees. So I'm going to have for this now 4y plus 10 plus 6y plus 20 is going to equal 90 degrees. From this point here, I'm going to go put that up a little bit. I'm going to combine like terms on each side, on this side of the equation. 4y plus 6y is going to be 10y. 10 plus 20, that's going to equal 30. And that's going to equal 90 degrees. Now I'm going to start working on both sides of the equation, where I'm going to subtract 30 from both sides. And I'm going to get 10y is equal to 60 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up here to continue my work. So now if I divide both sides by 10, I get y is equal to 6. Now, since y is the solution they're looking for, we can just leave the answer as y equals 6 and be done with that first part. At least question 12, that is. I'm going to go over to the next page of the review sheet, where we're going to be asked two more questions about this here. All right, asked a different question here. If the measure of angle NKO is 8z plus 50, and the measure of angle MKN is equal to 2z minus 10, find z. So let's take a look at where angle NKO is. So we have NKO, that's going to be this angle here. we'll put a degrees here. And it says the measure of NKN, so that's MKN. That's equal to 2z minus 10 degrees. Well, because these two angles basically are comprised of a straight line, these are not two angles that add to 90, like the previous example was. These are two angles that actually add to 180 degrees. So these are not complementary like the previous examples were. These are actually supplementary angles. So we're going to say that 8z plus 50 plus 2z plus minus 10 minus 10, that's going to equal 180 degrees. I have 8z plus 2z, that'll be 10z. 50 minus 10, that's going to be plus 40, equals 180 degrees. From this point here, I'll go ahead and I'll subtract 40. I subtract 40. That's going to give me 10z equals 140 degrees. I'm going to bring this up here. I'll write 10z equals 140 degrees. Then if I divide both sides by 10, I'm going to get z is equal to 14. Now, go back and make sure that's what they're looking for. And in fact, this is the case that they are looking for z. We have it here, and that's going to be equal to 14. And not degrees, it's just 14. The angles will get measured in degrees, and if we wanted the angles, we could put z in these and get both those angles. Last question, number 14. It says that the measure of angle MKP is 137. What would the measure of angle PKO be? So if we knew angle MKP, so let's go ahead and look at a fresh page for this one, shall we? So the measure of angle MKP, that's here to here to here. So that's going to be the first angle here. Now what's the measure of angle PKO? That's going to be this angle here. So again, we look at this, we realize that these are two angles that will add to 180 degrees. So we're going to write an equation using that, and this equation will be a little less sophisticated than what we've done so far, but that's fine. So we have two angles that are going to add to 180 degrees. The first angle being 137, and the other angle we're looking for is the measurement of angle PKO. Well, if I want to know what this is, all I'm going to do is subtract 137 from both sides. And then the measure of angle PKO, that's going to equal 43 degrees. And that's going to be my solution for question 14. I hope that you find these videos helpful, and I wish you the best of luck on your upcoming test.